In this video, we honor the legendary wrestlers who have, reflecting on their immense contributions to the wrestling world. Their dedication, passion, and influence continue to inspire fans and future generations. We also discuss heartfelt news about Ruby Riott, whose recent developments have deeply moved his supporters. Join us as we celebrate their incredible lives and unforgettable legacies. Subscribe now to ensure their inspiring stories live on and remain a source of motivation for all. Gorilla Monsoon, born Robert James Morella on June 4, 1937, in New York City, was a towering figure in professional wrestling, both as a dominant wrestler and a beloved commentator. Standing 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighing over 300 pounds, Monsoon was an imposing presence inside the ring, known for his blend of technical skill and engaging personality. Starting his wrestling career in the 1950s, Monsoon quickly made a name for himself in various regional promotions. His popularity soared during the 1970s in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF, where fans admired not only his powerful in-ring performances, but also his entertaining antics that added excitement to his matches. He developed a loyal fan base due to his charisma and wrestling ability. However, it was outside the ring that Monsoon truly cemented his legacy. Transitioning to commentary in the 1980s and 1990s, he became a household name thanks to his warm, witty, and insightful style. His partnership with fellow commentator Jesse Ventura was especially memorable, with their chemistry bringing matches to life and offering viewers a unique and enjoyable experience. Beyond wrestling and commentary, Monsoon played a vital role behind the scenes. He was a respected promoter and mentor, helping nurture and shape upcoming wrestling talent. His guidance influenced many wrestlers and contributed to the growth and evolution of the sport. Gorilla Monsoon, but his impact on professional wrestling endures. Fans and colleagues remember him for his distinct voice, captivating presence, and unwavering dedication. Today, Monsoon's legacy lives on, firmly establishing him as one of wrestling's true legends. Tom Burton was a hard-working professional wrestler known for his solid, dependable presence in the regional wrestling scene during the 1980s and 1990s. While he never rose to major stardom in top promotions like WWE or WCW, Burton earned respect within the industry for his professionalism, technical skills, and no-nonsense wrestling style. His imposing build and strong fundamentals made him a valuable asset in both singles competition and tag team matches, particularly in the NWA and various independent circuits. Throughout his career, Burton often played a supporting role, helping to elevate other wrestlers while consistently delivering reliable performances. Wrestling under his own name and occasionally using different aliases, he became known as a tough, steady competitor who could be counted on to bring intensity and credibility to any match. Though he never captured major championships, his peers admired his dedication and work ethic inside the ring. Tragically, Tom Burton, due to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, a progressive lung condition that severely impairs breathing. His was a sudden and heartbreaking loss for his family, friends, and the wrestling community. Burton was remembered as a loving father and husband who balanced his career with deep personal commitments. His passing also brought attention to the long-term health challenges many wrestlers face as a result of the physical toll the profession takes. The wrestling world mourned the loss of a talented and dedicated performer whose contributions, while often understated, left a lasting impact on those who worked alongside him. Tom Burton's legacy endures as a reminder of the sacrifices wrestlers make and the importance of addressing health and wellness in retired athletes. Johnny DeFazio, born February 19, 1962, is a retired American professional wrestler, best known for his influential presence in the independent wrestling scene and his tenure with the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, during the late 1880s. Trained by wrestling legends like Bruno Sammartino, DeFazio launched his career in the early 1980s, quickly earning praise for his in-ring skill and engaging personality. DeFazio's wrestling style was a versatile blend of athleticism and showmanship. Known for his comedic timing and ability to connect with audiences, he often entertained fans with both technical wrestling and high-flying moves. While he performed under various ring names, Johnny DeFazio was the most prominent and memorable identity he carried throughout his career. During his time in the WWF, DeFazio competed on televised shows and numerous house events where he faced off against some of wrestling's biggest stars, including Randy Savage and Ted DiBiase. Though not always in the main event spotlight, his performances were well regarded, and he earned a reputation as a reliable and entertaining competitor. Beyond WWF, DeFazio was a standout figure in several regional promotions, where his adaptability and charisma helped him become a fan favorite. His ability to seamlessly shift between different wrestling styles made him a versatile and respected performer. After retiring from active competition in the early 1990s, DeFazio stayed connected to the wrestling world by moving into coaching. He dedicated himself to mentoring up-and-coming wrestlers, sharing his deep knowledge of the sport, and helping nurture the next generation of talent. Though Johnny DeFazio may not have achieved the mainstream fame of some of his peers, he remains a respected and admired figure within the wrestling community, remembered for his passion, talent, and lasting impact both inside and outside the ring. Bart Sawyer, born on November 30th, 1965, was a well-respected professional wrestler whose impact resonated strongly throughout the wrestling world during the late 1980s and 1990s. Known for his dynamic ring presence, Sawyer captivated audiences with a unique combination of high-flying moves and technical skill that earned him recognition across multiple wrestling promotions. Throughout his career, Sawyer made a name for himself on the independent wrestling circuit, where his athleticism and charisma quickly set him apart. He also had memorable stints in major companies such as the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, and World Championship Wrestling, WCW. His matches were often highlighted by a blend of agility and wrestling technique that garnered respect from fans and peers alike. Beyond his in-ring achievements, Bart Sawyer was deeply committed to the wrestling community. He was known for mentoring younger wrestlers, generously sharing his knowledge and experience. His dedication extended into training programs, where he helped develop new talent and contributed to shaping the future of professional wrestling. Sawyer's passion for the sport went beyond just performance. He was a mentor and guide for many aspiring wrestlers, making a lasting impact on those who worked with him. His influence in the wrestling world remains significant, as he played a role in nurturing the next generation of athletes. Tragically, Bart Sawyer, leaving behind a lasting legacy. He is remembered not only for his impressive in-ring abilities, but also for his generosity and dedication to the wrestling community. Fans and fellow wrestlers continue to honor his memory, celebrating the profound influence he had on the sport and the many lives he touched during his career. George Steele, born April 16, 1937, in Rochester, New York, was a legendary professional wrestler and actor, best remembered for his unique and unforgettable persona. Standing 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing over 250 pounds, Steele cut an imposing figure inside the wrestling ring. He launched his wrestling career in the 1960s under the ring name The Animal, quickly becoming famous for his wild, untamed character. Steele's look was striking: long hair, green face paint, and a savage demeanor that made him one of wrestling's most distinctive villains. His intense feuds with icons like Bruno Sammartino and Bob Backlund highlighted his skill to captivate audiences, balancing fierce competition with an entertaining presence. In the 1980s, Steele's character evolved into a more comedic, lovable animal, which endeared him to fans nationwide. His memorable rivalry with Hulk Hogan and playful interactions with the audience made him a fan favorite and showcased his range beyond just brute force. Steele also stepped into acting, most famously appearing in the cult classic 1987 film The Princess Bride, where his performance revealed a surprising depth and charm. Outside the ring, George Steele was deeply committed to education. Before wrestling full-time, he was a physical education teacher and coach, always stressing the importance of sportsmanship and learning to young people. George Steele, but his legacy lives on. Known for his unforgettable character, passion for entertaining, and dedication to inspiring others, Steele remains a beloved icon in wrestling history. Fans and fellow wrestlers continue to honor his impact on the sport and his remarkable ability to connect with people both inside and outside the ring. Ivan Koloff, born on August 25, 1942, in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, was a legendary professional wrestler best remembered as the fierce Russian Bear. His imposing presence and villainous persona made him one of the most captivating heels of the 1970s and 1980s wrestling scene. Starting his career in the early 1960s, Koloff quickly stood out for his strength, toughness, and athletic ability. He gained widespread recognition in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF, where he became a top villain. Koloff's most iconic achievement was ending Bruno Sammartino's nearly 8-year reign as WWF champion in 1971, a monumental upset that stunned wrestling fans worldwide and cemented his place in wrestling history. Throughout his career, Ivan Koloff was known for intense rivalries with some of wrestling's biggest names, including Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, and Jimmy Snuka. He was equally effective as a singles wrestler and a tag team competitor, showcasing versatility that helped keep him relevant over many years. His ruthless in-ring style and ability to generate heat from crowds made him a memorable antagonist in countless storylines. After retiring from the ring, Koloff embraced a new chapter in his life by becoming a minister. He dedicated himself to sharing his faith and inspiring others beyond wrestling. Despite stepping away from active competition, he stayed connected to the wrestling world through special appearances and fan conventions, where his legacy was warmly celebrated. Ivan Koloff, but his impact on professional wrestling endures. Remembered as a trailblazing villain and a tough, charismatic competitor, Koloff's contributions continue to be honored by fans and peers alike. His role in shaping wrestling's golden era secures his place as one of the sport's unforgettable icons. Rocco Rock, born Paul M. D'Angelo on December 15, 1953, was a prominent professional wrestler best known as one half of the legendary tag team, The Public Enemy, alongside Johnny Grunge. Rising to fame during the 1990s, particularly in Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, Rocco Rock and Grunge became pioneers of the hardcore wrestling style that came to define the promotion and influence the wrestling industry as a whole. Starting his wrestling career in the early 1980s, Paul D'Angelo wrestled under various names before adopting the Rocco Rock persona. It was in ECW where he truly made his mark. The Public Enemy captivated audiences with their energetic performances, innovative use of tables, and high-flying moves that pushed the boundaries of traditional tag team wrestling. Their charisma and memorable catchphrases helped them connect deeply with fans, earning them multiple ECW Tag Team Championship reigns. They played a crucial role in popularizing the hardcore wrestling style, which combined brutal physicality with entertaining theatrics. After their success in ECW, Rocco Rock and Johnny Grunge transitioned to World Championship Wrestling, WCW, bringing their wild, fan-favorite act to a larger audience. Though they faced challenges adapting to WCW's environment, the duo continued to showcase their trademark style and entertain wrestling fans with their raw energy and rebellious attitude. Sadly, Rocco Rock's career was cut short when due to a heart attack. Despite his untimely, his influence on tag team and hardcore wrestling remained significant. Rocco Rock's legacy lives on as a trailblazer who helped shape the hardcore wrestling movement and inspired future generations of wrestlers to push creative limits inside the ring. Fans and peers remember him fondly for his passion, innovation, and enduring contributions to professional wrestling. In the world of professional wrestling, where larger-than-life characters battle inside and outside the ring, few stories resonate as deeply as that of Ruby Riott. Known for her edgy, rebellious persona and a style that defied convention, Ruby carved out a unique space in WWE's fiercely competitive women's division. But behind the leather jackets, punk attitude, and fearlessness lies a story of immense challenges. Battles with injury, mental health struggles, and the pressure of staying authentic in an industry that often demands conformity. Ruby Riott's journey is not just about wrestling. It is a testament to resilience, determination, and the power of embracing one's true self against all odds. Early life and unconventional beginnings. Dory Elizabeth Prang, better known to WWE fans as Ruby Riott, was born on January 9, 1991, in Edwardsburg, Michigan. Growing up far from the bright lights of WWE arenas, Dory was drawn early to the world of wrestling. However, Her path was anything but typical. She wasn't born into wrestling royalty or pushed by family legacies. Instead, she was a fiercely independent spirit, determined to carve out her own identity in a world that often pigeonholed female wrestlers into specific molds. On the independent wrestling circuit, she adopted the ring name Heidi Lovelace, a moniker under which she built a reputation for being a tough, gritty, and unfiltered competitor. Heidi was known for blending technical skill with a raw, intense energy, a style that immediately set her apart from many contemporaries. More importantly, her punk rock look and unapologetic attitude made her a breath of fresh air in a scene often dominated by conventional aesthetics. During these early years, Heidi Lovelace traveled the independent wrestling scene extensively, competing across the United States and internationally. She worked tirelessly to sharpen her craft, frequently pushing her physical and mental limits to compete at a high level. The independent circuit was brutal but formative. It taught her the harsh realities of the wrestling business: long hours, financial instability, constant travel, and physical tolls. Yet, Heidi's passion never waned. Her commitment to being authentic and bringing her true self to the ring became her trademark. Her work eventually caught the eyes of WWE scouts, and in 2016, she signed with WWE's developmental brand NXT, marking the start of a new chapter. The transition was a dream come true, but also a significant test of her resolve. Breaking through. The rise of Ruby Riott in WWE. WWE is an entirely different beast compared to the independent circuit. It's a global entertainment empire with immense pressure, high stakes, and a fan base with sky-high expectations. Ruby Riott's debut in NXT was the first step in proving that her punk-infused style could resonate on the biggest stage. Her presence was magnetic, a combination of genuine wrestling skill, intense passion, and a rebellious aesthetic that WWE hadn't fully embraced before. Her style was aggressive, her attitude defiant, and her look unforgettable. WWE fans were quickly drawn to her. But the most defining moment came when Ruby Riott, along with Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, formed the Riott Squad. This faction was a game-changer. It introduced a gritty, rebellious trio that disrupted the established order in WWE's women's division. The Riott Squad was not just a wrestling stable, it was a statement. With their coordinated attacks, punk-inspired looks, and fearless demeanor, they brought a new energy that challenged WWE's more polished female stars. Ruby was the anchor of the group, the no-nonsense leader whose raw energy could ignite any match or storyline. The group's chemistry with the audience quickly made them fan favorites, especially among viewers who appreciated their outsider vibe and authenticity. But as much as the Riott Squad brought excitement and promise, it also revealed the challenges Ruby would face in WWE's highly competitive and sometimes politically charged environment. The physical toll, injuries, and the long road to recovery. Behind the scenes, Ruby Riott's wrestling career was marked by physical hardship, the most significant of which were her shoulder injuries. In 2019, Ruby underwent 2 separate shoulder surgeries, one for each shoulder. These were not minor procedures. They required months of recovery, physical therapy, and a tremendous amount of mental fortitude. For a wrestler, shoulder injuries are particularly daunting. The shoulders are central to nearly every move in the ring, whether delivering a powerful suplex, blocking an opponent's strike, or taking a bump. Damage to this area can limit range of motion, strength, and even one's confidence in performing high-impact moves. Ruby's recovery process was grueling. For nearly a year, she was forced out of action, watching from the sidelines as other wrestlers advanced and storylines unfolded without her. For a competitor used to being in the thick of the action, sidelined by injury, this was emotionally challenging. In interviews and social media posts, Ruby was candid about her frustrations and fears. The mental toll of not being able to do what she loved, combined with the physical pain and slow rehab process, tested her resilience. Many athletes might have bowed out, but Ruby's love for wrestling and her unbreakable spirit kept her focused on the goal, returning stronger. Her journey through injury and rehabilitation highlighted an often overlooked reality of professional wrestling: the toll it takes on the body and mind. Wrestling is entertainment, but it is also a high-risk physical sport that demands superhuman endurance and recovery. Mental health battles in the spotlight. Physical injuries are visible, but the psychological battles Ruby faced were less apparent yet equally significant. Wrestling's fast-paced, high-pressure environment can strain anyone's mental health. The constant travel, public scrutiny, and pressure to maintain a persona, all while managing personal struggles, can be overwhelming. Ruby Riott's candidness about mental health has been a vital part of her narrative. In an industry where toughness is often measured by one's ability to hide pain and emotion, Ruby broke the mold by acknowledging her vulnerabilities. She has spoken openly about the mental strain of injuries, the emotional toll of being sidelined, and the challenge of living up to expectations while staying authentic. Her willingness to share her mental health journey helped shine a light on an issue often ignored in wrestling circles. By normalizing conversations about mental health, Ruby has inspired fans and fellow wrestlers alike to seek help and embrace their emotional well-being. The comeback, fighting back with heart. After nearly a year away from the ring, Ruby Riott made a powerful return to WWE in early 2020. Her comeback was a testament to her resilience and determination. Fans greeted her with excitement and admiration, eager to see her back in action. Ruby's return was not just physical but symbolic. It marked her refusal to be defined by injury or setbacks. She came back with renewed passion and intensity, ready to reclaim her place in the WWE Women's division. Her in-ring style had evolved. She adapted to protect her shoulders while still delivering the hard-hitting, high-energy performances fans loved. Her matches were a careful balance of technical skill and punk attitude, proving that she was still a force to be reckoned with. Her return to WWE was also about reclaiming her narrative. Ruby wanted to show that setbacks were not the end of her story, but a chapter in a larger tale of perseverance. Standing out, a symbol of individuality. Ruby Riott has never fit the mold of the typical WWE superstar. She is unapologetically herself, a punk-inspired tattooed rebel who embraces her uniqueness. In an industry where image often matters as much as ability, Ruby has been a refreshing anomaly. Her leather jackets, studded accessories, and fearless attitude made her stand out not just visually but philosophically. Ruby represented individuality in a system that sometimes pressures wrestlers to conform to marketable stereotypes. Fans have connected deeply with Ruby because of this authenticity. She shows that you don't have to fit into a box to succeed. Her rebellious spirit and refusal to dilute her persona made her a role model for anyone who has ever felt different or marginalized. Beyond injuries, the continuous physical challenge. Even after overcoming her shoulder surgeries, Ruby faces the ongoing physical demands of professional wrestling. The WWE lifestyle includes grueling tours, back-to-back events, and physically punishing matches. Wrestlers are constantly at risk of injury, wear and tear, and exhaustion. Ruby has been open about the physical toll this takes. Balancing her health with the demands of the sport requires discipline and smart management of her body. She invests in physical therapy, strength training, and recovery routines to keep herself in top shape. Her dedication to maintaining her physical health while continuing to compete at a high level underscores her commitment to wrestling and her fans. Navigating WWE's fierce competition. The WWE Women's division is one of the most competitive in wrestling history. With superstars like Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, and Rhea Ripley dominating headlines and championship scenes, carving out a niche is no easy task. Ruby Riott's journey within this landscape has been one of determination and adaptability. She has continuously refined her in-ring style, sought new character dimensions, and worked to stay relevant among elite athletes. Her punk rock attitude and relentless energy set her apart, but she also recognizes the need to evolve. Ruby's willingness to grow has kept her a valuable part of WWE's women's roster, despite the competition. The road ahead. Ruby Riott's unfinished story. Ruby Riott's story is far from over. As she continues her career, she embodies resilience, authenticity, and the power of embracing one's true self. Her journey through injury and mental health struggles has made her a beacon of strength for fans worldwide. Ruby's openness about her battles has helped break down stigmas and foster a culture of support and understanding in wrestling. Looking ahead, Ruby Riott remains a vital and inspiring figure in WWE. Whether she rises to championship heights or transitions to other roles within or beyond wrestling, her legacy is secure, one of courage, individuality, and unyielding spirit. Legacy, strength, authenticity, and inspiration. Ruby Riott's influence on WWE and professional wrestling transcends the usual measure of wins and losses. More than just a competitor in the ring, she symbolizes a fresh wave of wrestling superstars. Individuals unafraid to show vulnerability, challenge the status quo, and push for deeper conversations around mental health and authenticity in a highly demanding industry. From the moment Ruby stepped into WWE, she brought with her a fierce, rebellious spirit that shook up traditional wrestling norms. Her gritty, unapologetic persona, combined with undeniable in-ring talent, made her stand out among her peers. But beyond the character and the matches, what truly sets Ruby apart is her openness about personal struggles, including mental health challenges. She has used her platform not just to entertain, but to foster awareness and break down the stigma surrounding mental wellness in professional sports. Ruby's journey reflects a powerful message. Real strength is not just about physical dominance or championship titles, but about the courage to be genuine and confront adversity head-on. Her willingness to share her story and emotions publicly has empowered fans and fellow wrestlers alike, encouraging a culture of acceptance and support. In a world where wrestling often celebrates larger-than-life personas and relentless toughness, Ruby Riott's authenticity provides a refreshing counterbalance. She reminds us all that vulnerability is a form of strength, and that fighting for what you believe in, whether it's in the ring or for mental health awareness, is what truly changes the game. Ruby Riott's legacy is one of inspiration. She proves that rebels with a cause can leave a lasting impact, shaping wrestling's future while inspiring generations of fans and athletes to embrace their true selves and persevere against the odds. Her influence will resonate far beyond the squared circle for years to come.